All right. Today we're getting back to Gun.Smoke. We're playing a slightly different version here. I wanted to see if there are any gameplay balance differences between Japanese release, world release, US release. Perhaps there's not. Perhaps it's the exact same thing. I couldn't find any strict documentation online that said whether one was different than another. But while I have the ability to try out the different styles, we might as well. So I guess the one thing that I see right off the bat, the high scores are different. Kura, Heart, Aya, still 100,000, but the name is different. First bonus still at 30,000. That seems right. Let's get in here and let's try and make some progress. Hope everybody's doing well. I still have to copy over all of my photographs from the trip over to my computer so that I can show you guys some pictures of my trip. Oh, God. We're back at it. We're back at it, man. It's Gun.Smoke. I'm really going to have to try pretty hard to make it through this game. This might be, as the title suggests, the hardest game I've ever played on this channel. But that's the design. They weren't necessarily meant to be completed. They were meant to be something you threw a quarter into, played, had a good time, and then moved to something else. Went, that's too hard, and then tried something else. So that's what we're trying. We'll see how it goes. I wonder if there are different upgrades and different boxes in the Japanese version versus... We'd have to really do a deep dive and check what's what. I'm gonna assume, yep. Oh, God. All right, we're just easing back into it. Okay. Oh. Has anybody ever had Jenny's ice cream? I had Jenny's ice cream for the first time yesterday. Just absurdly expensive ice cream. You think that when I think of expensive ice cream, just in my mind, I think of a pint of Ben & Jerry's. Jenny's ice cream is double it. And so we were at the Minky Moo was at the grocery store, and I really like a Tillamook ice cream called Malted Moo Shake, which is vanilla malted milk with chocolate pieces. So it's like having a chocolate malt in ice cream form, which is probably my favorite ice cream dessert is a chocolate malt. And so they didn't have it, and Minky Moo was just looking at other flavors and asked about Jenny's over the phone because I wasn't at the store. And wound up not getting it because a pint or whatever of this ice cream is $12, $13 a pint. But there are a lot of brick and mortar stores of Jenny's ice cream here. And so yesterday we were on a nice long walk and decided, like, I really want to try these flavors, but there's no way I'm paying $12, but I'll pay, $7 for ice cream in a cone, which is still insanely expensive, but I wanted to give it a try. And I got their new watermelon taffy flavor. It's pretty good. They had their two big ones, I guess, or their three big ones are Brambleberry Crisp, Gooey Butter Cake, and I forget the third one, like an almond something. And I tried a taste of each of them, and I wasn't like, it was too heavy, I guess, because it's so hot, it's so humid. And I said, I just need something lighter. Yo, what's up, Noble? How are you? No. Not much of an ice cream eater. Wow. I'm trying my best to get through this game, but you gotta earn it. I like trying weird things. Well, I tried the watermelon taffy, and I really liked it. It was like a tart, almost like a sorbet sort of ice cream. But too much money. Just wanted to know if anybody had experience with, like, Jenny's in particular, and because they have like a bunch of weirder flavors. I was clued into it because Minky Moo's dad's a big jam band guy, and he really likes a band called Goose, which is like a new, modern, kind of indie-infused jam band. A whole bunch of indie bands have played with them, and they do covers of, like, Father John Misty songs, Vampire Weekend songs, Bon Iver, all that kind of stuff. And they put out a Goose Tracks ice cream in May, I think May or June. And so we were going to the actual store to see if it was there, but it was already gone by the time we got there, which kind of sucks. I would have liked to try it. Yo, what's up, York? Okay, I think I remember where the horse is on this stage. Oh, I got it. Goose? If you ever listen to Goose, the jam band, they put out like a collab ice cream, like a Cherry Garcia or Fish Food, like Ben and Jerry's does, but it's called Goose Tracks. Fuck. What's up, Franco? Okay, I got another life. Damn. But we went to Jenny's ice cream. Franco, have you ever tried Jenny's ice cream? Oh my god. That's just brutal. Alright, let's keep going. Haven't listened to them. Admittedly, I haven't very much either. Oh, I can do this. Wow, look at that. Is it an ice cream you can get at a store? Yeah, it is. But they also have, like, brick and mortar locations. I was just talking about it because, it's something that I've seen at stores recently. They have, like, I know that they have that watermelon taffy that I tried in the store yesterday is exclusive to Target in pints. But I don't think I can recommend getting a pint of it. It's like $11.99 for a pint, which is insane. Like they're trying to like put forth this like luxury ice cream, which I can't get behind. I wanted to try it in person, and admittedly it was very good, but it wasn't anything that exciting. I was saying my favorite ice cream that I've had in a very long time is Tillamook's Malted Moo Shake. which is a vanilla malt ice cream with just chocolate pieces in it. Just very simple. I love a chocolate malt. My favorite type of ice cream. My favorite ice cream-esque treat. Yeah, come on, man. I'm at Target. I haven't been to a Target in probably a year. I just know because I looked up the watermelon taffy and I found like a review of somebody else that had it. Huge black raspberry fan. I forget. Look up Goose Tracks, which is this flavor that they did in collaboration with this band, which is how I kind of got clued into like going like maybe I will try Jenny's ice cream. See if that's a black raspberry. I forget what it is. It's something berry. It's not gooseberry, which is what you think it would be. I just remember the flavor was something that Minky Moo was like, that would be really good. But I regret to inform you I don't think it's in stores anymore. Going to their page on their official Jenny's website, like the hyperlink in one of the Business Insider articles or whatever the hell, just gave me a 404. And they didn't have it in their brick and mortar store, which is where they probably would have had it if they had it. So maybe don't look it up. What you don't know can't hurt you sort of thing. Get away from me, dude. Not Moose Tracks. It's a playoff of Moose Tracks. Moose Tracks, I think, is a flavor that you can license. I think this is the background of Moose Tracks. You can license Moose Tracks as any sort of creamery. So like any local ice cream place can license the Moose Tracks brand. So it's got a logo. It's a very distinct, like, that's Moose Tracks ice cream. But it's not tied to any one ice cream place. Anybody can make it, which is kind of cool. Or maybe it's open source. No, it's got little mini Reese's peanut butter cups in it. I used to be a Moose Tracks guy when I was a kid. A Moose Tracks boy. What's up, Longo? Dude. Yeah, vanilla ice cream with chocolate peanut butter cups swirled with Moose Tracks. Copyright Fudge. What's in Goose Tracks? That's what I'm trying to find out. Do you want to look it up? That's what I've been asking people to look up, because I forget what it is. It's some sort of fruit base, like a berry base, like a raspberry or something. Blackberry raspberry with bittersweet chocolate chips. Sounds insanely good. Like right up my alley. But unfortunately, it doesn't exist any longer. Semi-sweet chocolate chips. Such a good move in ice cream. You don't want the chocolate to be too decadent, or else it kind of just throws everything else off. I destroyed my black raspberry bushes the other week, got tired of the weeds, already regretting it. I understand. Both sides of it. I understand destroying them, and then I understand regretting them. Did you get animal, like, problems with having berries nearby? When we were in the Adirondacks for this canoe trip, we slept on an island one night, which was incredible. The first night, we slept on an island, which was so cool. It was like, because for context, this is like, my dad grew up going to like Boy Scout camp in this area and used to in his 20s go camping with actually the friend that we camped with. So the topography, the lake that we started on, all of this is like something that they are intimately familiar with over decades, right? They have a story of going on a big camping trip as a way to quit smoking cigarettes in their mid-20s. And so they brought one pack for the camping trip with the decision, like, we're done. We're quitting. This is our one pack, you know, have one a day, wean ourselves off it, and just be done. And they smoked them all in one day, the pack that they had. And then my dad, like in his mid-20s, was like, I'm going to go get another pack of cigs. And went on a walk way off back to town, which was like 7-8 miles. Long walk, because they're like, the bottom of the lake is where the you know, any sort of store is. Like, I didn't have service for days and days and days. And so it's very remote. So we had to walk 7-8 miles to even get back to a store. And by this point, another hiker, or, you know, whatever, had kind of joined them and settled down by the fire. And it was mid-afternoon when he left. And then it was nighttime and he never came back. And the guy that was with my dad's buddy Lee was like, so did your friend ditch you out here? And next thing you know, they're sitting at the fire. They look off, and my dad's here going up. He rented a canoe for the week because he didn't want to walk back in the dark. So he like cut the middleman and canoed around the lake back to where they were staying in the lean-to. All of the stores were closed. This was like the mid-'80s. And he went to the cigarette vending machine and just cleared it out. So they had like a variety pack bag of like every different type of menthol, full body, lights, ultra light cigarettes. He comes back with like 25 packs of cigs, and he's like, and I think like he wasn't drinking at the time. Maybe he still was drinking at the time. I don't, but I know the cigarette part of the story. I don't know if he was still drinking at the time, because he stopped drinking when I think he was 27, something like that. And they, so like where we were staying was in the same sort of area as where that whole story took place 40 years ago, right? And so while they were at this place 40 years ago, there's this little island like just off the shore, and they always wanted to stay on that little island. And so the first night we were there, we stayed on that little island that they had dreamed about in the 80s, because nothing ever changes, you know? It's not like Goose Tracks ice cream where it's a limited time thing and it's gone. It's like that campsite with that lean-to has been there for 100 years. And it's just very cute to kind of like, cute's the wrong word, but it is cute at the same time. It's, the woods is pretty much going to be the woods, but just to kind of be a part of the kind of dreams that they had and the ideas that they came up with, and just kind of like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool to be on that island? And here they are now, 64, 63 years old, finally camping on this island. My dad's with his son. Like, it was just a very sweet moment to be a part of. And on this little island, there was a massive, massive blueberry, just clearing. Like, this clearing on the island had like tons of little blueberry bushes, and they're very low bushes. But they were like probably 6-7 days too early. And so they were really close, but they would have been too tart, so we actually didn't get to have them. I think my dad wound up getting some blueberries on the tail end of the trip at a place nearby and threw them into his oatmeal, but I didn't try it. My grandma had a raspberry bush right at the end of her driveway, and we used to collect them every year and bring them inside. Bush, whatever you want to call it, whatever raspberry. I guess it is a bush, right? Always fun when an old loop gets closed like that. Yeah, I mean, and I'm just like, I'm thinking about like little things in even like my hometown that are like, I've always had the idea of like what that would be like or whatever. It's kind of just a stem or three. Right, it's not quite a bush. That's why I'm saying like, it's not really a bush, but I guess you call it a bush as opposed to other things. Yeah, thanks Wongo for the Goose Tracks flavor profile. We did get it. As I'm saying, man, the semi-sweet chocolate chips are the move. I think that's my one big problem with like Ben and Jerry's flavors. They're very rich. We went to this ice cream store, this Jenny's ice cream like brick and mortar store yesterday while on this walk, and I did 2 taste tests. One thing that really kind of pissed me off about their taste tests, one of my favorite things growing up, going to a Baskin Robbins or whatever, getting a sample of an ice cream. This is my own little life hack. I always get a sample of an ice cream even though I know what I want to get, because I like eating with a sample spoon. I like eating my full cup of ice cream with a sample spoon. It makes it last so much longer. Ice cream's really rich anyway, so it's not like you're like pissed off that you're getting small spoonfuls. It just makes it last longer and taste better for longer. And they have these like really, frankly, gaudy, long sample metallic spoons that they rewash and reuse. Just again, like giving this air of like luxury ice cream. And I'd never seen a place do that where you don't get to keep the sample spoon. Smaller bites also is less likely to give yourself brain freeze. Yeah, they had these long, almost like tea stirring spoons that they gave the samples out in. I've never not gotten a disposable spoon. That's how I felt. And it really pissed me off. Because the ice cream sample spoon thing is something I've been doing ever since I was a little kid. And especially I was like, oh my God, like a cup of this ice cream is so expensive. I'm really gonna make it last. And they just didn't have the option. But anyway, I tried their gooey butter cake, which is like their big one, apparently. Like their claim to fame, won the ice cream awards, whatever year, you know, that kind of stuff. And it was good. Dude. Thank you. But it was too rich. That was like the bottom line. Like, I'm at a point where like I love a sweet, rich ice cream in moderation, but I needed something. I was like, I need something brighter. That's what I said to her. Like the descriptor that I used is like, I need an ice cream that's brighter. And that's how I landed on that watermelon taffy, which was really good. Almost like Italian ice flavor to it, like a watermelon Italian ice. She described it like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, which is pretty close.
Video game.
Whew. What's up, Snow? I need my ice cream with a high pass filter on it. Yeah, basically. Alright, that's 2. This game's so hard. This game is so hard. I will tell you guys, I skimmed a YouTube video after the end of last stream that was like, you know, there are people that dedicate their entire history on YouTube to mastering arcade shooters, right? There's a guy that I really like who does like reviews. He doesn't really do like tips and tutorials and stuff, but he does do a lot of shmup stuff. Shmup Junkie. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels. He has this very idiosyncratic speaking style where his videos are like so clearly his videos. There's no other way to describe it. Just the way that he talks and describes games and experiences. If you watch one of his videos, you'll understand immediately what I'm talking about. Like, his scripts that he writes are very strange, in a good way. And so, anyhow, it wasn't one of his videos, but I was watching a video of somebody that mastered this game and was giving tips and tricks or whatever for, for beating it. And he was talking about doing save states and stuff to like lock in for each individual encounter and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, he kind of just gave the advice that makes sense, which is focus on not letting the game overwhelm you, right? But he said that there were bosses that when he was learning the game took him like 9 hours to master. And I went, oh no. And that's with save states. This guy was talking about these, oh god. So, all that to say, we got our work cut out for us here. But the better we do for longer, the better we'll be. If we can learn a little bit at a time and make headway and not play for 5 hours, play for 2, and just have a nice time and ease our way through these stages, like, this choke point is always going to be a choke point. Always. Until it's not, right? So we do know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can kind of take this guy out and this guy out, grab both of these. Like, I have gotten demonstrably better at this little section of the game because we had to practice it for so long last stream. That feels good. It feels really good to get better at this. However, we got a lot more of this game to go. The one thing that the guy did say in the video is that the next stage is a little easier comparatively, apparently. So, hopefully he's right. Dude, I just... Got the brain synapses in order? I don't know. I don't know about all that, John. I'm trying. I don't have much in order. Oh my god. We're trying. Good news is I got I got 3 pairs of boots, which means that I can kind of get a little bit farther in this choke point and maybe die a couple times. And we're hearing more of the boss music, at least. Yeah. Yeah, and I strongly encourage anybody here that's watching this to boot it up themselves and just feel it out. Because I think sometimes when you're streaming a game, you don't really recognize how mind-flooding it is to play it. All right. All the YouTube comments are about how hard the game. It's true. I mean, it's insanely hard. But we're gonna get there, man. We have to. I have to. It's Gun.Smoke. And when we see some passing reference to ninja darts, whoa, Mirth Turtle. Hey, good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Hang on, hang on. Hang on. This one's for you, I hope. If I play poorly, then this one's not for you, but if I play well, then it is. All right? Let's agree that way. Mirth Turtle, great to see you. Sultry, hey, what's good? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We're playing Gun.Smoke. Hope everybody's doing well. Is my shout-out not working? Oh, my streamer bot's not up. Hang on. How do I get this to pause? Show credits on pause. How do I pause this? Oh, I reset the game. That's okay. Let me turn on streamer bot. Hang on. Hi, Mirth Turtle. Hi, Raiders. Hope everybody's doing well. We're playing Gun.Smoke. This game's very, very, very hard. very, 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 very hard. For those that don't know me, I'm Capralog. For those that may or may not know, my channel used to be called Goated Quest. 2025, I pivoted things over, but the goal is still the same. I'm a first playthrough streamer with a deep focus on game history and appreciation. I like to take in the context of every game as it released, kind of play things in the format and with the knowledge that you would have gained if you were there on launch day. So diving into things like the little graphic that would give you the instructions of the game on the cabinet. Learning about the history, the developers, the development process, influences, inspirations across the board for each of these games. We're playing Gun.Smoke later on this summer into the early fall. We're going to be playing Red Dead Revolver, which started as a spiritual successor to Gun.Smoke and was actually going to be published by Capcom until Rockstar bought the Western development studio that was making it. If you go way, 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 way back in Red Dead Revolver's history, you will see that it was originally a Capcom arcade action game. And then Rockstar bought the studio. The rest is history. So we're playing some Gun.Smoke. It's incredibly hard. I'm having a good time. It's definitely the hardest game that I've ever streamed here, but it feels good to learn it. It feels good to... It's got so much character, right? For 1985, so this is the same year as the first Gradius. Great art across the board, having these like wanted posters with very defined and kind of character-filled, personality-filled boss battles. Each stage has a very uniquely different visual style. Very early for this sort of thing. Yo, thanks, Franco. Playing Valhalla, nice. Hell yeah. I didn't have streamer bot on. Now I do. That's what the problem was. Which is where everything's coming from now. Because I kind of started this stream on a whim. And I forgot to turn it on. Oh, it shouted you out. Oh, you were playing Valhalla. God damn it. Mirth Turtle was not playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Mirth Turtle, what were you playing? And if you got to wind down, if you got to go get some lunch, do whatever you need to do, I completely understand. Franco, when did you stream Valhalla? I think we've had this conversation before. You just like played it off of the PS4 at one point and like did the live stream thing. You're playing some Go. Okay. Very different from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And Microsoft Flight Sim. That's cool. I would love to dig into Microsoft Flight Sim. I was living in Asheville when the floods kind of washed over Asheville in western North Carolina, and we didn't have running water in our place for like over a month. And our across the street neighbor had a friend, actually a client. He did work for him, and he would let us go over to his place to take showers and stuff because he had a well. So he had well water, didn't have to rely on city water or anything like that. Had a massive well, hot water heater, really gorgeous, beautiful home. And in his house, he had a full flight sim rig set up. He didn't like play video games in the traditional sense. He would never call himself a gamer. But he was big into flight sim, and he was like, yeah, feel free, boot it up. It was very intense, incredibly intense, just like locked in. That was like his way to like de-stress after a busy work day, is just like hop on a plane and fly around. Which I get it. My friend's dad growing up had one too. He didn't let anyone touch it. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what's up with the shout out. Give it one more try, Franco. See if it works. Because I can't pause this. I mean, that does not pause it. Nope. Is this gonna shout me out? Yep, sure is. Hang on. Show credits on pause. Okay, it is paused. Let me figure this out. Right, a bot used to do the shout out. It did used to be a different bot. You're absolutely right. Hang on. Well, all the shout outs are just for me. Me and Franco. Hey, thanks everybody for giving Franco tons of love. We want to go. This should be right. Please work. Hang on, don't do it yet. No, but now it says if you let go. So it's getting your information. It got you for go. It's getting funkier and funkier by the minute. Hang on. I know what the problem is. Here we go. This is it. Ready? Yeah! Sorry, I had to update that command. We did it, everybody. All right. Everything should be good. Okay, let's get back to it. What's up, Behemoth? I saw you sneak in there. Big chillin'? Hell yeah. Happy Friday. Anybody going to see Weapons this weekend? Anybody still got to get to the theater and see Eddington? Was anybody else in a canoe for 10 days and didn't get a chance to see Eddington? And so now they have to go to the movie theaters and see Eddington, but there are no real showtimes left for Eddington, and so you gotta see Eddington at a weird time in a tiny little theater. Fuck. I have got to see Eddington. Shin Godzilla is back in theaters? Anybody else hitting Shin Godzilla in theaters? Is it really back in theaters next week? I probably will actually go see that. Anybody going to see Highest to Lowest? Spike Lee's adaptation of Akira Kurosawa's High and Low? In theaters next week? Starring Denzel? I want to see that really bad. I am not optimistic after his shot at Old Boy. I mean, you gotta give Spike the benefit of the doubt. Okay, let me put it to you this way. You gotta give Spike and Denzel together the benefit of the doubt. Can we give it that? So what Spike Lee movie is one of the best films of all time? Oh, about his adaptation of Southeast Do the Right Thing. That's what I was hoping you would say. I have a 4K Blu-ray of that in my house. I have not seen it yet. To be fair, though, isn't High and Low based off of, like, an English crime story? It's not like an inherently Japanese plot. Which kind of adds another fold into the mix. All right, here we go. At a certain point, I have to make progress, right? at some point, I have to like something is happening in my brain. Whether I'm feeling it or not, I'm getting better. Right? Like at a certain point, you know, something's getting better. Well, that's not. I should reset. At a certain point, it might take stopping for the day and then your muscle memory gets better next time. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing long streams of this any longer. Oh. One thing that I'm thinking of. And this is, you know, considerations of structure for the channel, because you guys know I think a lot about the structure and I put a lot of stock into structural stuff. There's a part of me, it doesn't matter. Never mind. Ignore me completely. Act like I didn't say a goddamn thing. Joe.keep. That would be a good name. You're a big Gun.Smoke fan, you named your Twitch channel Joe.keep. I hate that emote. Is that the adoring fan texture from Oblivion wrapped? That's what it looks like. It looks like, you know how people have like the PlayStation 1 era textures for faces that are on flat planes? I hate that. I hate it. Oh, give me a break. Dude. Leave me alone. Die Hard Trilogy Guy 4. Oh, it's a Squeaks emote. Oh my god, it is a Squeaks emote. Holy shit. That's even funnier now. Now I see Squeaks' like face in it. And the eyebrows in it. That did not resonate at all. Sitting here trying to salve my brain from Gun.Smoke. Give me a fucking break. Alright. Stand up. Thank you. Speedrun of the year, baby. All right. Thanks everybody for chilling and watching the first 2.5 stages of Gun.Smoke over and over. It means a lot. We're going to get to stage 4 and it's going to be the craziest shit anybody's ever seen in the history of Twitch.tv. horse. Okay. You know how, like, when you're playing a Souls game and you're fighting a boss for the first time, and the first time you fight it, you do really well, and you may call it beginner's luck, you may call it... Oh, you watched Dog Day Afternoon! Okay, awesome, we gotta talk about that. But a big part of it is that you don't realize that it's hard yet, and so you're just playing it like it's easy. Does that make sense? I feel like, and then after you lose and you take it back, you kind of get a broader understanding of the level of its difficulty, and so you kind of backslide for a while. I feel like I have gone through the backslide, and I might still be backsliding a little bit, but I'm regaining my traction. Because if you go back and you watch the first day of playing this, when we just did 1 credit, I made it to the 3rd stage. No problem. I think I had all of my lives going into the 3rd stage and then lost them all. And I ran into that in Lies of P recently. Yeah, the first... Because it's... And it's not like, I hesitate to call it like beginner's luck. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's, you're playing with like a heightened sense of anticipation and learning, right? Your learning is at its highest in that first run. And then you lose and you go, okay, well, the excitement and the anticipation of being able to do it first try is gone. So now I'm just, however long it takes is however long it takes. And you kind of like fall off. Right, you get the fight or flight moment. Oh my god. I ran into that in Lies of P, and it made me having to see someone online say, yeah, that's an easy boss, just parry to get over the mental hurdle. Yeah. I think that's where I am now. Like I know that this stage and the end of this stage in particular is so difficult that I'm like, the stakes aren't high because it's like, oh, it's just gonna be hard and I'm just gonna lose. And it's just, I have to shake that to kind of reset. And I'm trying. Make no mistake, I'm trying, but it's hard. It sucks that my horse is down to 1 hit. This sucks. That sucks. I want you guys to know you can't go up any further than that on the horse. Like, I physically could not move higher up. It was an invisible wall lock, like 2/3 up on the stage. So I couldn't do any better dodging in that area. I was just kind of stuck. I was damned if I do, damned if I don't, because they were just overwhelmed behind me. I can't shoot backwards. Okay. How'd you like Dog Day Afternoon? The more and more I sit on that movie, the more and more I think about it in my head. I do think it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's like in my top 5 ever made. It's so awesome. It's so It's so empathetic. It's such an empathetic movie. I hope you enjoyed it. Fuck. The outdoor scenes with the crowds? Hell yeah. How he became like, you know, everybody was kind of on his side to a certain degree. It's, oh my God, what a movie. What a movie. I hesitate to say too much because I had the ability and the luxury of seeing it really not knowing much at all. I think all I really knew about it is, who's the other actor's name? Cavaziel? I don't know how to pronounce it. The guy who's only been in like 8 movies, but all of them were nominated for Best Picture. And then he died young, and so he has like, nobody will ever have a better actor track record. So cool. God, there were 2 besides me. Kazale? Oh, okay. Is there another somebody who's Caviaziele? Caviezeel. That's Jim. Oh, and he was in Passion of the Christ. Got it. He was Jesus. Kazale. Yeah, I would probably say Kazale. I was getting him mixed up with Jesus. Damn. Very different guy. Yeah. Very different guy. What's up, What Game Before? I wish I could tell you that you missed a lot. I can't. I can't tell you that you missed very much. I'm very happy you're here. I hope you're doing well. I wish I could say, hey man, go back and check the VOD. You missed a lot. But I would be lying. We're just right back here at this river. I will say though, that ninja fight that we just did, as I was mixing Kazale up with Jesus, was maybe the best ninja fight I ever had in terms of like confidence going into that fight, for sure. No, it certainly isn't. I've been saying I strongly encourage you or anybody here to... This is one of those games that I think it's hard to feel how hard it is without feeling how hard it is. Because it's so much different playing it than watching it. Because I'll go back and I watched a YouTube video, or I skimmed a YouTube video where a guy was like, there are bosses that took me 9 hours using save states. This is one of the most brutal whatever, and I'm gonna teach you how to beat it. And when you watch it, it doesn't feel like it does when you're playing it. I can promise you that. And then add on to that chatting on stream, it's a wrap. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to reset because I'm not doing that without any upgrades. And I can't even say, like, what's your take on the joystick? A must-have to get the true experience? It's fun. It's fun. I'm a bit of a control purist. I actually wanted to talk to you about that with those analog 3D controllers. I think those analog 3D controllers are gorgeous. I think they're incredibly smartly designed. I think they're gorgeous. I really, really like them, while at the same time I would never get one because I don't want to play Nintendo 64 games without that Nintendo 64 controller. I just don't. It doesn't feel right. The Nintendo 64 is so specifically crusty that it matches the crust of the games so beautifully. Like I was thinking about like Space Station Silicon Valley. I think you need, which we're going to be playing soon. I think you need that crusty Nintendo 64 controller to match how crusty that game is. And as much as I love the look of that analog 3D controller, I think it misses a lot in the process. And so I'm just very much that kind of guy. Oh, what do we get? I can't see. Laura, nice. I hear you 100% on that N64 controller. I've not held one in over 20 years, and I have memories of how awkward it was at times. Yeah, and it's awkward in a way that's like... It's so full of character, you know? It's so emblematic of that era of Nintendo. And we were talking earlier, John, if you can post that Squeaks emote again. But like that era of texture-wrapped faces on just square rectangular polygons is like... It needs to feel chunky and gross. Thank you. That emote. Like, that's like the Goomba in Super Mario 64. I mean, it might as well... It's a Squeaks emote. It might as well be. There it is. Thank you. I needed the other one. Thank you. N64 is the only one I feel got in the way more than it made the experience. I play everything else on the original controller if I can as designed. Yeah, I understand that. I think there's something very particular, less about... It's about the angle of your hands. In Nintendo 64, your hands are straight up and down, you know? Which is so unique. The ergonomics of like wrapping your hands on a controller at like an outward angle like that it's just not the N64 to me. As much as I think that controller looks awesome, and I'm sure it feels great and everything else, and all things considered, probably an incredibly smart way to sort of modernize Nintendo 64 games and get a whole bunch of people to connect and fall in love with that library, because the N64 controller is a little bit of a hang-up for some people. So I get it. I used to have, and I'll look it up in a second, having enemies get to the side of you, and then you can't actually kill them anymore because you can't shoot behind you, sucks so much in this game. I think it's like the number one thing I need to lock in on is not letting anybody get behind me. More than anything else. And I think it involves hanging back on the screen as much as possible, but then you get the other layer, which is your bullets only go so far. It's a very tightly, brutally designed game. What's up, Starmie? Like, the considerations of movement and enemies and what to prioritize, it's so well... Because you want to take out all these guys, because they will completely overwhelm you with dynamite. And the way the screen auto-scrolls, you'll hit a point of just complete saturation with dynamite and you'll lose. Okay. Hang on. God damn it. Is the age of wacky controllers over? Oh, I wanted to... I'll wait for this run to be over. This boss, this second boss, is either like really easy or really hard, and there's really not much of an in-between for him. If he lands in places where you can just gun him down dead ahead like this, he's easy. But if he gets the chance to start throwing his knives, he can get really tough. Okay. No, not that one. This guy. As an example, I used to have this controller growing up. Hang on, I'll show it in a second. I got an extra life, that's huge. I used to have a controller that I'm about to show growing up, and we hated it. And it was always like the third-party controller you gave the neighbor that you disliked the most. The one that was like part of the Hangouts, but like, you know, wasn't like the big friend. No, it was this. Which in a lot of ways, you know, thinking back retrospectively, you go, oh, that's the one that like you would want, because that's more like a modern controller. It honestly, in a lot of ways, has a like a Saturn sort of layout to it. Like the 6 buttons on the right-hand side and the D-pad, it's like if there were more than 2 fighters on the Nintendo 64, that's a good fight pad. Yeah. It is. I mean, it is a fighting game controller. And it kind of makes you see where the C buttons were coming from structurally from Nintendo at the time. There was probably some fighting influence in that. But we hated that thing. We never used it. I'm gonna restart because I'm at the start of this level and I can get some of my stuff back and I still have the potential to get the horse. I'm not at the only big problem is that I don't have any boots. That's boots. I need that. For those that haven't been following this game structurally, there are 3 upgrades, as you can see on the instructions menu on the left-hand side. You have cowboy boots, you have bullets, and you have rifles. I don't think they're tiered upgrades. That was horrible. That was horrible. But I'm still alive. Whatever. That was so bad. Hang on. I think it's just a binary. It's either on or it's off. You have the boots or you don't have the boots. You have the rifle distance or you don't have the rifle distance. I don't think if you have, like, more pairs of boots, you are even faster, you know? I don't think it's that sort of thing at all. However, every time you die, you drop one. So you kind of have, like, there, I didn't have my enhanced movement speed until I was able to find another and pick up another pair of boots. This is so horrible. Okay. We're here. We're at the infamous choke point. This is it. Okay. It does support native N64 controllers, yeah. Right, so you're collecting more so that you spawn with the ability, you, like, already have fast boots, you know? You don't have to find the drop when you respawn and get it again. I just noticed the ninja bullets don't have a drop-off range. Yes. So the shuriken from the ninja will go on forever. Ah, God. But I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It's locking in. I just got overwhelmed on the sides. Okay, guys, you ready to see stage 4? You guys ready to see stage 4? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, man. Oh, that's a good picture. All right, who do we got? Cutter Boomerang. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really like important to mind the time where we're like, this is the same time as the first Gradius. And I think in a lot of ways, Gradius kind of ushered in a sense of like really difficult arcade game, but still something that you were beating, right? Like still something that you were playing through and completing. And I think that this is, you're in that sort of handshake era of arcade games as novelty, where you're playing something like Pac-Man and you're not oh, that's the horse. Let me actually die, because hopefully I spawn further back and I can get the horse. You're still in this era where games really aren't intended to be beaten. You know, like my dad's a big Asteroids guy, and Asteroids, you don't beat Asteroids, to beat Asteroids is to play it until the score rolls over. And he talks about that all the time. That was like his favorite thing to do, was to be so good at Asteroids that he could roll over the machine. That was... So I think we're like still in an era where, especially something that's this audio-visual focused, but at the same time, I changed my mind, because this shows all the wanted posters at the beginning of the stage, basically saying, here are all the bosses in the game. Can you beat them all? I don't have distance, which is really bad. Whoa, 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 whoa. Next boss, okay. Dude, I was 250 points away from 1-up. But that's alright. Right, like beating Tetris, or beating Donkey Kong, or beating Pac-Man, or Centipede, or whatever. This is like, you're right in that handshake of... Arcades are becoming something that people are going to and wanting to play through like an experience. And the thrill of beating it is like, you know, going to the movies or something. Okay, so there are boots right there. What about in these? Oh, long shot and bullets. That's crazy. Okay, good to know. Versus Candy Crush. Right. So it's got like, I don't know. It's a fascinating game. I'm really loving it. But it's so hard. I don't know why that guy was a bull that time around. Oh! Overwhelming. Frankly, overwhelming. But we're here on stage 4, and I'm just gonna keep trying. We're at a pretty good spot, right? Like, this is a choke point, but I have, like, full fluidity of motion, which feels really nice, which I don't have at the river. So I'm just gonna try and do as much as I can here. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, so he throws his boomerangs, and I think they go around and then hug the entire back wall. So you have to, like, be off of the far back, or else you'll completely die. We're gonna live through this. I'm gonna keep pushing here. We're in study mode. Brutal. So right, left, two come out from the center. Okay. You gotta really act fast. Trying to figure out the movement strat here, because I learned it for the river. We have to the left, to the right, two in the center. And then you kind of want to get ahead of these guys if you can. And then you're getting just a shitload of enemies. Okay. Huh. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got another life going into stage 5. Here we go. Pig Joe Dynamite. Okay. So we got another river stage. Lock in. Probably got people in Windows as well. Data Keeper, nice. Ooh, all right, we're at the beginning of the stage. That's okay. We're here, stage 5, beginning of the stage. We just focus up. We actually do have a boots, which is really nice. All right. One here. Another boots. Guy here. Guy here. Here. All right. Damn, that was tough. There are 10. There are 10. There are 10 stages. Another Data Keeper, wow. There are 10. Yep. A long play, perfect, no deaths, is about 40 minutes. How long did it take you? A decent amount of time. It was really just dialing in the... I think once I landed on making them similar to the Zap packs, it took a little bit less time, but I can whip them up pretty fast at this point. Still no boots. Still no boots. Weird. Okay. So that guy shows up there, and you can kind of tease him into leaving. Oh my god. So this guy, you can get him no problem. This doesn't do anything. Still no boots, which is crazy to me. Boots? Nope. So this is a real choke point. We have to do this all with no enhanced movement speed. I'm getting a little too Pokemon themed. Yeah, they're pointing you in the direction of what they want your deck to be. All right, so here's how we gotta play this. We gotta play this thorough and killing every single enemy that shows up. So that guy there, and then up here, up there, there, okay? 2, 1. Okay, I got distance. Nope, I don't. Ouch. That's the same guy that killed me before because he walks out at a weird angle. So the only way to get through this is shooting everything. It's in our way. So distance is gonna really help. That guy. That guy. That guy. All right, so 3 barrels up there. I hope that one of them is boots. Okay. Oh, we want that. Shit. Okay. I have to learn this the slow and arduous way. We want this barrel. Still no boots is crazy. Still no boots. There's boots. But we definitely are at a different checkpoint now. We're definitely at a different checkpoint now. That was boots and bullets. Right there. Yeah. We're at a different checkpoint. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Too tough. Okay, 1, 2, 3 right there, and then get to the bottom left to try and stay alive. That's hard. There we go. When they jump off the building and land, they can fire a shot before your shot connects and kills them, which is crazy. So there's always a chance that they'll be able to fire one bullet off and kill you from beyond the grave. Shit. I want to get all 3 of them if I can. We can get this. This I also don't feel as bad about as far as the river. I think the river choke point, unless this boss is the hardest boss by a landslide. Holy shit. Okay. he is hard. That the five guys in the windows, five guys, burgers and fries in the left window. Oh my god. Okay. So that's not even his dynamite. He also has dynamite that he throws on top of those really fast projectiles. And he's got like an unholy amount of health too. I think that that's the way to go though, because the guys in the windows can only shoot at an angle. So if you get up in front of where they can shoot and just focus on whoever's in front. Okay. Like if I can get up here. Mean. Mean's really the only word we got for it. But I believe in my ability on this one. It's mean, but like, I still don't feel it as mean as the river choke point. Like, this is crazy, but I have dedicated upgrades. This is like, how do you beat that guy? That's the real question. He's got 6 bars of health. How do we beat him? Getting there isn't as scary. I think I can confidently and reliably get there most of the time, you know. Like, this is getting a little hairy. Hairy. It's chaos. Come on, baby. Oh, that sucked. So those guys take 2 bullets to take out. Which just adds another layer to it. You can't just like do like a spread and hit those purple guys once and then keep it moving. Tough. Keep trying. We just gotta keep trying. We'll get there. We'll get there. I didn't pick up any of the upgrades. What was I doing? What was I even doing? Okay, here we go. That was an example. They can fire a shot even when they're like actively taking a bullet, because when they jump off, they're invincible for like a little bit of time. And they have enough time to get 1 bullet fired. Is there anything in here? No. Nothing in those ones on the left. I did get a little lost in the sauce. I'm starting to feel like the 90 minutes of this game at a time brain drain. I think it's just with something this high intensity, there's a mental time limit to how long I can grind it out. I can feel myself starting to lose it. So we'll give it a couple more tries. If we make progress and we get like a lift, we'll do that, but I might have to just follow my body and let the muscle memory sink in. Huge progress today. Huge progress. Oh, that sucked. Okay. I think what we got more than anything is the confidence of breaking through the roadblock and knowing that, oh my god, it's like he input read. He knew I was gonna move to the left. Knowing that once you break through, you can kind of reset yourself. That 4th stage was nowhere near, it wasn't easy, but it was nowhere near as bad. Just take this guy out. I can't get this guy in the window. Which really sucks. My mobility was so hit by the fact that that one guy in the left window was still alive. All right, here we go. Do a couple more and then I'm out of here. Because I can feel that backslide. You know, we were talking about it earlier, the backslide. I can feel it. I can feel the backslide. I just don't know what to do about those guys. That sucks. No, you can't do that without all three of the upgrades. You need to get all three of them. All right, here we go. Come on, one more. Thank you. All right, now just nice and easy. Damn it. I gotta go. The stream's gotta end. We're at I lost it. I mean, I didn't lose anything. It's just too much for my brain right now. All right, stage 5, made it to the 5th boss. I definitely have to, I can only play this for a certain amount of time, and then I just literally lose all function in my brain. We broke through. And we'll continue to break through. We'll rest on it. We'll come back tomorrow, maybe Sunday, and we'll get a little bit further. And then actually, you know what? Let's take a minute. I want to do one more from the start. 1 credit. See how far I can get. But I need a second to just reset. So we're going to do this really fast. Just really fast. I don't know what this is. Whoa. That is, what is this? Game Dev Tycoon. Cool. Character? Oh, I have no idea. Looks like somebody from Urban Chaos. Oh, is that? No, I don't know who that is. Oh, I know who that is. That's Delson. Delson Rowe. Cool. I hate... Oh, Fox, Wind, Grief, Storm. Spiritfarer. Secrets, Solitude, Fragments, Symbolism. Neva. Companionship, Open World, Musical Cues, Tsushima. Puzzle Solving, Temporal Shift, Tower, Ghostwire. I have no idea what this is. Child protagonist, island exploration. No clue. That is rhyme. Once I get the cover, like, that's where my brain is. I know exactly what it is the second I get the cover. The only reason I didn't guess Tunic is because the average guesses was 6. And with Fox being the first guess, I felt that everybody was going to guess Tunic. And so I was like, it's not going to be that. Hexen. Beyond Heretic. Oh, it's third person, right. Space, no, it's not going to be Space Station Silicon Valley. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Gree. Gothic 3. I'll take one of these. I hate these ones, by the way. Absolutely hate these ones. Third person Dungeon Defenders. Infamous. Second Son. I don't care. I hate those guess ones. This game isn't real. I forget what this game is called. This is one of those fake games. This is literally a fake game. I have no idea what this is called. East Shade. Fake video game. All right, here we go. One more run of Gun.Smoke from the top. See what I can do on a credit with more locked in. My brain's already starting to slip, so maybe it's going to be even less than if I come back on another day. But I am curious. So we will see. Can we make it through the choke point on stage 3? I think the answer is just, I can feel my brain. The answer is no. I can feel how I'm reacting to these enemies, and the answer is absolutely no, I can't. There's a pretty undeniable delay going on between what I'm seeing and what my hands are doing. Like, my seeing, my thinking, and my hands moving are on 3 different timelines. Glycogen, is that what it is? Probably does mean you need food. I had a ton of food right before the stream started. I made sure I did. I was like so sure that I was like, I'm gonna have a big meal before the stream starts so that this doesn't happen, but I guess it's been a few hours. All right. This game requires pharmaceutical enhancements. I think you might be right. I think you might be right. I think I need performance-enhancing drugs to make it through this. All right, Roy Knife, what do you got for me? Imagine 1985 getting to stage 2 and seeing that train. Holy shit. The train sound sounds like it would be like you triggered an alarm in any other game. I read an interview on Shmuplations from like 1986 that was an interview about sound in games, and they had the Gun.Smoke dev staff in the interview. So Yoshiki Akamoto and the girl that did all of the actual music. And there was a line in the interview where I think it was Akamoto said, a lot of people say that the insert credit sound effect in this sounds a lot like the credit effect in Xevious. And he's like, there are only so many sounds you can make on this hardware. It was an answer like being funny, but saying like, I mean, sorry. It's like, I only have so many options. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. It's like, but yes, I agree with you. I'll find the quote after this. Yeah, I think she said about this that all of the music was programmed directly into the game. She didn't score it beforehand. There wasn't any like workspace to work on it beforehand. All of the music was hard-coded directly in. Fuck me, man. I couldn't get that guy on the right side because he was too far back already. God. That's the hardest part of this game, is the shooting style and people coming around you. The gray shirt guys being able to go behind you, and then they can still shoot forward, but you can't shoot back. That's the real stickler in this. That, man, what do I do? And they walk a little bit faster, so you can't ever like get ahead of them. When they're like beelining it down beneath you, you're just like, you just watch it happen directly in front of you. And now here I am with all my lives gone because of this fucking stupid gray shirt guys. Come on, you fuck. Okay. Got an extra life. So hard. Crazy that some of the motifs made it into Ghouls and Ghosts. Again, it's like one of those things that like, it makes sense, you know? If somebody has the same melodic style and only has so much to work with, bits-wise. I should have waited. Oh no. God. Like how there's only so many colors in NES games. I thought about that with... I don't know where we are. This is not the same choke point. Double Dragon and Battletoads being in that pink cave. I was like, oh, there's some Battletoads in this. And it's like, no, it's really just like there's only so much you can do color-wise to give the feeling of like a damp little cave. Okay. I mean... Shit! Oh! 157,000, that's my high score, though. Without a doubt, that's the best I've ever done. A Wally for the road. Anybody want to get their cards in before we get out of here?